Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Nolan Hawkeye Anthony YouTube channel. And I thank all of you for being here, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. So, I wanted to do a quick video reaction to the latest tape that was put out there by Iowa football. They usually put it out on their Twitter. I call it their practice series. They also do have it during the season, and it does add a little bit more extra content. I've long said that in this day and age of social media, of the transfer portal, of NIL, and fan engagement, fan interaction, the more content that can be created to get fans excited for your team, the better. Now, I realize that this is not the NFL. Thus, there's more control over the team from the head coach, and more understanding as far as what is okay to be filmed and not okay, and what's okay to be included and not okay to be included. But Iowa is like bottom of the barrel when it comes to getting out content and things like that. I mean, they don't even have a normal full-blown spring game. Now, that's not my biggest gripe, because in the end, they still do have a simulated spring game where it's called an open practice, which I'll show you guys the date for that just to be a good citizen here and share with you guys the date, unless just in case you guys weren't aware of when it's going to be held. But these are just easy things that you can do to put your program out there and advertise it even more. So anyways, the video that we're going to be reacting to is Tim Lester. They highlighted him and kind of his personality, his coaching style. Before we watch it, you guys need to know there's no sweeping generalizations that can be held here. There's not a ton. I mean, we literally only saw, there's only like a 3-minute video. Most of it is centered on him and him saying, good job, good job. Let's not overreact for that. But I did, or overreact to that. But I did want to just show it. Also, I'm not going to talk too much on this, but I am going to touch upon it. Iowa basketball is in on several transfer guards, namely point guards / combo guards. I think they're in good shape heading into next year. Obviously, they could use, especially with the departure of Tony Perkins and Dasonte Bowen, they could use an extra piece to add some depth. And who knows, they might even add somebody who can be a perfect bridge between Brock Harding getting in, knock on wood that they even get that far. Hopefully he doesn't transfer out before then. But from Brock Harding to him becoming a upperclassman, they can get a bridge point guard that can still allow Brock Harding to get a lot of minutes, but also somebody who can help Iowa win next year and add value to the team. I would feel confident with Brock Harding to a certain degree if that's all Iowa had. And it wouldn't necessarily just be him. It would be him and Josh Dix. I think Josh Dix is going to take an immense step forward next year. But Josh Dix is not a point guard. He's a combo guard. And he is much more comfortable off the ball and creating once the ball gets to the half court set and the offense is initiated than he is bringing the ball up the court and facilitating the offense. And to be honest, against quicker guards, smaller guards, Josh Dix, as we did see against Iowa State, would likely have some problems. Could he be okay? Of course. he's a good basketball player, but it would present some problems. He's not a pure point guard. And we saw, even with Tony Perkins, there were some limitations there, being a bigger guard, more of a combo guard. So Iowa is in on, I've seen several uh, point guards listed, all from mid-major programs, Morehead State, Hofstra, Norfolk. I've seen several. It like for a minute there, every single day there was a new point guard that Iowa was interested in, and every single one of them averaged double figures. One may have been more of a scorer, averaging, like, for example, the one that went to Morehead State averaged in the 16s points per game. One was near the 10 points per game, but was very balanced in his assists and steals, and kind of a more all around, not super elite at any specific thing, but solid at multiple statistical categories. So we'll see who Iowa lands. I think they're in good shape. I think they will be able to land at least one of them, because they have a tremendous need. They will be able to say to whoever they're going after, listen, you'll be able to come in and immediately compete for the starting point guard position. Our starting point guard left. Yes, we do have an up and coming point guard, but we will give you the chance to win that starting point guard role. We lost our other guy, aka DeSante Bowen. You will definitely have a shot at earning starting minutes, and at the very least, being a solid contributor for this team. So I don't think Iowa's going to have any problem. They're in on multiple guys that are considered 4-star transfer portal targets. You know what? Let's go ahead and just pull it up here. I'll just go ahead and show you guys a few. Not all of them are listed, but I can pull it up for you guys none the less. So we'll go to player rankings here. And then also Iowa went, like I said, I wasn't, I'm not going to go too far. Once I show you guys this, that'll be that. But let's see. Transfer portal home. That's team basketball by position. Or there we go. Top basketball transfers. And then on the women's side, they are in on a Villanova point guard. They're essentially trying to replace Caitlin Clark immediately between her and this 5-star point guard that they landed out of California. Allie something. I'm blanking on who her last name is. But they're in on her from Villanova, and there was another one that they are in on. So it's Kentucky guard Maddie Schur, and then the other one that they're getting a visit from is Villanova point guard. I'll show you guys here in a little bit when I can get the video or the page previous. And then the other one is Villanova guard Lucy Olson. I just went ahead and paused it so I could search that up. So here are the top transfers. We'll go to school. Problem is, all of these players are in like super small school programs, and I don't know what conference they're in. So one prospect that they're in on is Waquan Carlos. He averaged double digits. He's a junior. He's about 6 foot. That is one that they are in on from Hofstra. Let's see what else we got. So then there is, like I said, it's going to take a second to go through all of these all of these small school conferences. Here is another one, point guard Jamari Thomas out of Norfolk State. They consider him a four-star transfer target. I remember seeing a video from Mike Miller, former NBA Finals champ. And if you guys aren't familiar, he was an assistant coach at Memphis. And there was a clip of him talking about the transfer portal and kind of the new way things are. And he said that from the coach's perspective, Morehead State, I found it. So they don't have him listed yet, but I've looked him up myself. And they are getting a visit from this guy. He averaged 16 points per game. I'll just find him on here. And Mike Miller said, Morehead State basketball, that a lot of these coaches, especially at the bigger schools, but pretty much all the schools, they don't love the transfer portal, but they all want to continue to make the money that they make at these schools. They don't want to lose their jobs. Nobody wants to lose their jobs. And so, by the way, Morehead State went 26-9. So this guy was a part of a really good basketball team. I'm not sure if they made it to the NCAA tournament. I don't think they did. Oh, no, they did. They did. They played Illinois and lost to Illinois. They don't love the transfer portal, but it really comes down to, are you willing to put all of this energy and time and resources into landing a kid out of high school who doesn't know how to be a professional yet, who or may not know? Some of them do. Some of the kids that come out of high school are mature, but by and large, that's not the case. And are you willing to put all of those time, energy, and resources into a kid coming out of high school who may not have the mentality, the maturation needed, and it still might be a year, 2 years before they start to contribute to your team? And even still, you may not even make it that far because they may transfer out before it even gets to that point. Or are you going to just go to the transfer portal where you know that the kid can play at the college level, knows how to play at the college level and be mature, and has been around the block and knows how things go, and all of the things that come with being a more mature basketball player and college student? Which one are you taking? And a lot of coaches choose to go the transfer portal route. Now, I don't think that that's a super well thought out idea, because at the end of the day, a lot of the portal targets that some of these schools are going after are like, are like Omaha Baliu, who played out of Iowa State for 1 year, didn't even really play. And most of what they think of him is from what they remember of him when he was in high school. And you mean to tell me that he's that much more matured after just 1 year of college basketball? No. So it's not always the case. But you take an Iowa who might get somebody like Drew Thelwell, who has played this dude has played 1, 2, 3, 4 years in college. Okay. I was actually wrong. He averages 10 points a game. Here it is. 10 points, 6.2 assists, 3 rebounds. So this is more in line with what Mike Miller was talking about. This is somebody who is well seasoned, knows how to be in a locker room, has played at the college level for 4 years, is dang near, no, not dang near, is an adult. Okay. This dude is probably 23, 24 years old. And I can see it. I mean, that makes sense to me, because while getting a kid out of high school may give you more upside and more potential, you may not be able to see that potential realized. And the drawbacks are just flat out that these kids are still sometimes kids in their mind. They are not mature where somebody like a Drew Thelwell, who has been in college for 5 years now or 4 years now, would be. So anyways, if you guys want to see that clip, just type in Mike Miller discusses the transfer portal or something like that. So that's the other prospect that he is in on. And then I had the article. So those players will commit here soon. So be on the lookout for that. For Iowa women's basketball and Iowa men's basketball. I told you guys I was going to show you guys when the Iowa spring game is. I literally had it up just a second ago and then I clicked it out, unfortunately. So here it is here. Date set for the open spring practice. It will be 9:45 a.m. on April 20th, with the practice expected to begin at 10:45 a.m. And the open practice is free. I mean, it's free tickets, I believe. Is free for fans to attend and will conclude Iowa spring drills. So there you guys go. So let's react to Tim Lester. Before we do, this is the main thing that I want to react to today. Do not overreact to this, guys. Okay. And I'm not going to. The Iowa media is doing exactly what they did with Brian Ferentz. They are doing it again, where they build anticipation. They send out all these articles with players saying, "Oh, he's awesome. He's an awesome coach. He's an offensive-minded genius, and I love the way he coaches. I love his schemes. I love all the motion and all this new motion in the offense." We've seen it before, guys. Now, the difference is Tim Lester is actually new, and so it may actually be true. But this is what the Iowa media does. And I've talked to you guys about this before. Don't let them do it this time. We have to just wait and see what the results are. Because at the end of the day, Kirk Ferentz is still the head coach at Iowa. So while all these things might be true, which, by the way, again, even that I would take with a grain of salt, because we know that the Iowa media does that. They do it on purpose, because the more you are interested, and this helps me out too, I'll be honest, but the difference is I'm willing to be honest about it. The more you guys are interested, the more that you guys will click on the videos, the more that you guys will click on the articles, the more that you guys will engage in their content. But don't be fooled, okay? We need to see it before we believe it. This is status quo Iowa media shenanigans, all right? And while it all may be true, at the end of the day, Kirk Ferentz is still at Iowa, and time will tell if he is finally going to provide any reason for optimism in his relenting of the reins to the offensive coordinator. At least some, just a little bit. Let's read this article. New Iowa offensive coordinator, and this is from David Eichholt. New Iowa offensive coordinator Tim Lester, New Iowa offensive coordinator Tim Lester's energy has stood out throughout spring practice. There's a sense of accountability and infectious energy that has spread throughout the Hawkeye football practice facility. There aren't any wasted words as he continues to try to overhaul a broken offense. Wow, you don't say? funny. It seems everybody knew that the offense was broken, yet Kirk somehow wasn't aware of this, or maybe he was aware of it, but just didn't care. Because now that Brian Ferentz is gone, it seems like everybody knew that the offense was not good. But I remember when the season was going on, Kirk Ferentz seldom was willing to give an inch with regards to saying, no, our offense sucks. He would make excuse after excuse after excuse. Believe me, guys, I react to this. I have reacted to Kirk Ferentz and Iowa football for the past 3 years now. I know what Kirk Ferentz has said in the post games. Even if I didn't react to it, I would still read what he has to say in response to lackluster offensive performances. But and I'm here to tell you that far too often Kirk Ferentz would deflect or come up with an excuse or say that this is a team game and it's not all about the offense, and we're getting better here but we're not getting better there, and numbers don't tell everything. We've heard it all before. There's a sense of accountability. Oh, I already read that. There aren't any wasted words as he continues to try to overhaul a broken offense. Quote, Brian was intense, and Lester, I'd say, just as intense or even more, Iowa quarterback Deacon Hill said. He's more hands-on, and that's with everybody in total, not just like the quarterbacks or receivers. He kind of explains in detail what he wants out of every single position. It's understandable to be in believe it until I see it mode when it comes to Iowa's offense. You nailed it, David. That's where I'm at. And that's where most Iowa fans justifiably are as well. But Iowa's predictability made it one of the easiest offenses to defend against in Big Ten history. This year, there's a different sense of energy through the early going. There are new route trees, passing concepts, and a different emphasis on what Iowa wants to accomplish. Okay, even though I'm joking around, guys, I want this to be true. You guys know I'm very, very serious about this. I want the Iowa offense to be improved. When Iowa landed Tim Lester, I did my reaction videos to it. I thought it was a decent hire. I'm hoping that all of this is true. It's not like I'm sitting here saying, nope, I don't want it to be true. That's false. But I also would not be doing you guys justice if I, lied and said, oh, yep, it must be true. I'm not going to do that to you guys. There are new route trees, passing concepts, and a different emphasis on what Iowa wants to accomplish. The defensive players that met with the media on Tuesday mentioned how much motion that Iowa was running. Motion. We're going to watch this video here in a second. Iowa wide receiver Caleb Brown mentioned that Lester's offense is more wide receiver friendly. That's good. Because we know under Brian Ferentz, Iowa really just used receivers as blockers. They were just kind of like dummies out there. Not that they're actual dummies, but like play dummies. They may as well been, the moving bags that players can tackle in practice. That's how little Brian Ferentz used them. And there are a lot of answers with the system that is being put into place. There has been an adjustment period for Iowa to learn Lester's system. It's been a mix of good days and bad days, but the combination of energy, patience, and accountability from Lester have helped push the group forward. Okay. I would say I like the way Lester thinks, Brown said. That's for sure. I like the way he thinks and game plans. If you look at some NFL offenses in terms of, how they run those things, which we didn't do the last couple of years, I think that's where things are a little bit different. Iowa offensive lineman Nick DeJong said, because you ask, are you still running outside zone? Yes. Are you still running inside zone? Yes. I mean, it's just the way that it's run, I think, is where they could have changed. So Iowa, in other words, is keeping its identity, but they're running a little extra sexiness is kind of what he's getting at. So some added wrinkles. The Hawkeyes have been running plays with more tempo than they have in the past. They are also exploring more shotgun formations while staying true to Iowa's roots. And by the way, all the reactions from the media have said the same thing, that Iowa's offense has more motion and it's looking to have more movement. And, more shotgun formations while staying true to Iowa's roots. Brown and Hill added that Lester has an aggressive mindset and that he's not going to be afraid to let it fly downfield. He makes sure we all know what we're doing, Connor Colby said. His biggest thing with the new offense coming in this spring is, if you don't know what you're doing, we can stop the play and just figure it out. Just ask. He's really smart and cares a lot, Jennings Dunker said of Lester. He gets fired up and gets really into it. It's still early in the process, but there are lofty goals and expectations that the Hawkeyes have. As the days go on, Lester continues to earn trust of his new team, and we'll see if that infectious energy leads to production. Well, there you guys have it. I mean, there was a limited practice that the media was able to watch, like 20 minutes. I guarantee not you cannot come up with any sweeping conclusions over 20 minutes of practice. You just can't. But we'll see in the open spring practice. But let's listen to this video here. Let me turn on the sound. We're gonna rock and roll here.
I'm going to try to stay away, let you guys breathe, but we just need to get in and out because we need time at the line of scrimmage to see what they're doing. Just, if you can, talk to the receiver in the huddle. Make sure he's patient on that route. It's all about that one route, right? I mean, he's got to come out of it. I don't care if he cuts it off a little bit early and gets out, turn his head a little bit, and then it's a one-on-one shot. Obviously, good feet and tempo of our feet, right? Make sure that the drops fit the throws.
There's a whole drive, just.
I can't hear you. You guys have to have good tempo to be able to pull that stuff off. Other than that, it's a beautiful day. Let's have some fun. Get out there. Sound good? Pretty bright.
Hey, I heard a rumor that you can throw. Good. We gotta explore that a little bit.
Well, I would hope so. I would hope so.
Left. Oh, that movement right there. Right, left, right. And be ready to throw. Right, left, right. Tommy had to go to the bathroom, let's put it that way. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Sometimes you gotta go, man. You just hear and take one more step to him. Because instead of going like this, he's gonna go a little wider. So you just need to take one more step than normal. Welcome back, Tommy. But hand it, okay? 2 tight ends, good, 1 back. Where's the other running receiver? Weege, here he is. Let's go, have a day. Good break, let's go. Be sharp, be sharp, be sharp.
Weege, by the way, is Caleb Weechgen.
Hey, let's be in attack mode all day, okay? Come running off the ball, And 2, if they get in the goal line and that guy's standing so low that you guys can't, now you're closer to him. Does that make sense? Here we go, 12, 12, 12, 12. Give me 48, 48, 48. Boom, boom, bam, bam. Very good. Give me 48, 40.
I think, is number 7 Jacob Bostic? I'll have to look that up.
48, 48. Boom, boom, bam, bam.
Boom, boom, bam, boom. I told you I was right. That's half of this video is him saying boom, boom, bam, bam, bam.
Very good. Oh, here we go. Pop around, get up, wake up. Here we go. 12, left hash, 12, left hash.
I will say, though, I do like the positive energy. I think that that's excellent. And that is what this Iowa offense needs. This Iowa offense does need an infusion of positivity, of a new vibe That's the best way I can describe it. It just does. It just does. Because before, I don't know if Brian Ferentz was this way. By all accounts, he wasn't. Not that he was per se not energetic, but Iowa just needs some more positivity. They need to run with this newness, move that other stuff behind them. Let's go all in on Tim Lester. Let's see what we can get.
It's so windy out here. It is. That's just because the wind.
There's the big guy, Kirk Ferentz.
Right?
There's the big guy.
That's it. Oh, there it is. Now you score. You're going to get your yards after the catch. Go. Take a 3. Punch. 1, 2, 3 ball. Good angle. Get him the ball. Go score.
By the way, guys, I've heard that Terrell Washington Jr. has been splitting out wide quite a bit, which is what your boy has been calling for from day one. He was an athlete coming out of high school, running back / wide receiver, kind of with that in between Tyrone Tracy build. But out of need, Iowa played him at running back last year, and he did fine. But let's be honest, Iowa is in far more need of wide receivers. Now, really what they need are big wide receivers and receivers that are they just need playmakers. That's what they need. And now, specifically, I would say they need big-bodied playmakers, but just in general, they need playmakers. And the running back room is pretty loaded right now. They have Caleb Johnson, Josiah Patterson. They have all of their running backs back. LaShawn Williams, all back from last year. Okay. And moving Terrell Washington out to wide receiver or in that more scat back role, the more Reggie Bush, McCaffrey role would be an excellent way to continue to develop Terrell Washington and get him on the field.
There it is. Get him the ball. Go score. I love it. You guys good? Everyone got one? Nice shot. That's right where we want it, right there. Good. That looks good, boys. Pressure's coming. Push. Run away from him. Good. Get out front. Get out front. Good job with the drop. Hey, put your helmet on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Let's go,
Roger. Where's all that? Yeah, you got me? Good. Take it. Oh, I got them all. All 3 were open eventually. Hey, nice catch, 21. Progress. There it is. Nice catch. Boom, take it. Nice throw. Right into the teeth, man. I would rather throw into the wind 100 million times than with the wind. Because you can rip it. You don't have to worry about anything. Sailing with the wind, scared. I get scared to death. There it is. Good job. Way to be.
Also, something of note that you guys can see here is while homeboy from Michigan is doing better, he's still not 100%. So Deacon Hill is going to continue, and Marco Lainez are going to continue to get those snaps. I still do think that Iowa is likely to go with. I think they're far more likely to go with Cade McNamara still, but it is interesting. Yeah, number 7 was Jacob Bostic. It is interesting to see, or just to note, that Deacon Hill and Marco Lainez are going to continue to get a majority of the reps under center, at least in this spring window.
Be efficient. Yep. That's good, Coach. That was the last play. That was it. Here we go. Let's go, boys. Let's get our feet right. Set, go. Bend your knees. Boom. Be ready to throw. Good. On time. On target. Boom. Boom. Good. Control your feet. Good knee bend. Good knee bend. Do not let the game go fast. Okay? Make the game go slow at your pace. All right? There's a guy coming back, so it's not like you can be totally flat. You kind of got to get out of there and then flatten out a little bit. Make sure your first step is still true. Okay, we got 43 seconds, and we are going to red zone. Hey, I need my call. Oh, you're the man, the myth, the legend. Get up in there. There it is. Good run. 3rd and 7?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, give me card 13. Right there. Nice catch. First down. Right there. Good job. First down. Yes, there it is. First down. Here we go. Stick. Right there. Right there. Turn. Go and get it. Good job progressing. Good job. Hey. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to go top right on both of them. Little change up, huh? Top right. Here we go. Ready? Here. Here. Ball. Who went first? Ready? Here. Here. Ball. There it is. Here. Here. Ball. Good base. Good throw. So you went first? Last one here. 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 Ball. Good. All right. Hey, bring it in. We're good. You only progress if you get if the coverage dictates it, but the coverage didn't dictate it, so you should be over there. Does that make sense?
Are you still mic'd up?
Oh yeah, I think I am. I just put a new battery in. So
Hi, Mom.
yeah, say hi to your mom. There you go. That's good.
All right, guys, there you have it. Like I said, no sweeping generalizations here, but I did just want to react to it. I think he's got great energy. Little one-dimensional with the boom, 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 but this is what Iowa needs. Iowa does need new energy. Ultimately, this is going to come down to Kirk Ferentz and what Kirk Ferentz is willing to let up on and allow the offensive coordinator to have, and only time will tell with that. So, but I liked what I saw. For what it's worth, I did like what we were able to see. I like the positivity. I like the energy, and that's what Iowa needs. All right, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Would love to get this channel to 2,000 subs by the time the next football season rolls around. I'll have you guys covered on the spring game coming up. Last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy wheel on facts or feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. Love you guys. See you guys next time. Go Hawks. Bye-bye.